Today I'm joined here by manager Luke Garrard before we face Torquay United in the Vanarama National League South playoff semi-final. Luke, obviously we have full focus on that trip to Playmore, but are there any final takeaways from Tuesday night's comeback?
Listen, a lot of emotion on the evening. Relived it again yesterday just for the good practice bits with the players, where we need to improve, obviously, the goals we conceded. But yeah, 1/3 of the job done. We know the rules in terms of how the playoffs are. We have to play a quarter-final against Dorking, we have to play a semi-final against Torquay, and it's a different matter now. The focus heavily on Torquay, great. The comeback, great. The emotion on the evening, great to engage the fans. But now it's full focus and full steam ahead to put a plan together to go and beat Torquay tomorrow.
And in your programme notes, you mentioned us being a side that can present many threats and score in many different ways. How important could that be if we are to succeed come 5 p.m. tomorrow?
And you'll see that in the 21 goals we've scored in the last 6 games, they're coming from all across the pitch. For me, Rushy's gone and scored 8 in 6, but for as much as he stole the show in that lone striker role, we've got people that have come in with goals: Clayton Erico, Coxey Femi, Charlie O'Connell, Callum Reynolds. It's massive. And they're coming from all angles of the pitch, whether we're working our way in, playing through the thirds, playing round them, over them, or restarts. And to be a side, to get that into gear at this stage of the season is important. And you see that again with the leveller from Coxey, the corner from Wheelo, and then obviously the winner from Femi, the long throw from Bushy. So we don't want to be one-dimensional. We don't want to be a team that is predictable. We want to have many facets and ways of scoring goals, as you touched on, and coming into this stage of the season now is important.
And recently the first team have been training on the Meadow Park pitch. Do you feel that's been beneficial at all? Do you feel helping them by putting them in something closer to a in-game environment?
Yeah, listen, the pitch is stunning. We're very fortunate, the relationship the chairman's got with Arsenal, that we've managed to do that. The ground staff have been very accommodating. We've not taken the mick. We're not trying to go into silly areas, and we've been conscious of that. But yeah, grass facility. Obviously, we played at home against Dorking. We go away and play Torquay on a grass pitch. The sizing of the pitch is different to the Astros, so a little bit more realistic in our patterns and our defending bits. But yeah, listen, every little bit we want to improve on, whether that's the 1%, we're trying to do that. And we've worked on scenarios, whether we're leading the game, losing the game, whether that goes into the dreaded penalties. But yeah, we'll leave no stone unturned, and that's another part of the influence for our little journey now on these playoffs. Using the pitch has been class for us.
Yeah, and last time out at Playmore, we drew 2-2 in a game that we probably could have won. Is that anything to draw on, or previous results and form? Does that all go out the window tomorrow?
I could say form goes out the window, but momentum don't. And we're on 6 games. We've won our last 6 games. We scored 21 goals. We're a threat for opposition, and it breeds habits. And that's something where I feel we weren't at that stage leading up to the Maidstone game, and it was fearful that we were going to limp our way in, and that's not been the case. So to back up our league form of 5 wins in 5, to go and beat our first eliminator against Dorking on Tuesday evening gives the boys belief, confidence, and that newfound energy, which I spoke about at length in all my programme notes and all my pre-match interviews and post-match interviews. But yeah, for me, momentum's important, and we are currently with great momentum. We go there full of confidence. Obviously, played out a 2-2 draw last time, and the circumstances were obviously a late equaliser again from Junior Dixon, but that's not the case. We don't want coming tomorrow. We want to make sure that we're on the ascendancy, we're managing the game, we're owning as much as we possibly can for the 90 minutes. So yeah, we've watched it back. We've done a lot of work yesterday and today on what we feel they're going to present and how they're going to present, and we need to make sure that we're fluid and proactive as possibly we can be to make sure that we're reacting to everything they throw at us.
Yeah, and finally, you mentioned that newfound energy. In the time since that victory over Dorking, the team in good spirits. There a real belief we can go to Torquay and win, especially with the travelling Wood faithful.
Yeah, listen, this is my 4th time in the playoffs here as a manager. I've been in playoffs with players, close to double figures as a player and a manager in playoffs. So I had to calm the boys down on Tuesday evening. It's not something that I've had to do in recent years, being the manager of this football club, but you can see that they're buoyant, their energy's there, their focus and determination's there. I just got to bubble them along. I just got to make sure that we get the work into them that we need it. We get them feeling confident, calm, relaxed, and going to implement what is asked of them to their best of their ability. I saw a team that ran forward and sprinted back, and that's what I want from this group. I want them to mirror them fans, because they were incredible on Tuesday night, and they've had another moment, which is fortunate. You don't get many in football. We've had another moment. Now, I expect the players to do the same on Saturday, give the fans something to shout about, because if you give them 100%, they give you back 200%. And they're a fan base that I adore and love, and the messages I've received are class. Now we've got to go and back that up and do that again on Saturday. And I urge you to go and get your tickets, get yourself down to Torquay. We need you in fine voice to get us over the line come 5 p.m.
Thank you, Luke.